Oh yes, CS:GO, let's go. Okay guys, so we are on a best of 3 FlipSid versus Kinguin. This is to decide which of these two teams will be taking a spot in the league. First, we'll of course begin with the knife round. This is all very exciting. So I'm told there is a short pause before the pistols, so I think this calls for Who makes these noises anyway? It sounds like a floppy drive has gone nuts. Fix the floppy drive, guys, come on. Oh, bop, bop, baby. Oh, bop, bop, baby. Yeah. By the way, guys, I'm doing a giveaway on Twitter for this skin, but I'm not going to tell you where on Twitter it is. You should know. If you don't know, then maybe somebody can help you find out. But there is a tweet, and if you retweet it, maybe you could win this battle-scarred bison. I actually spent £20 of my own money to decorate it with this swag skin sticker you see here. So make sure you hit that retweet, baby. Let me see how many retweets we have for this right now. We are currently on. Let me see. It is currently on 358 retweets. I want to see 500. Bought this with my own money, guys. My own sticker, everything. I did this. It was me. Okay, so who do you think's gonna win? Type K for Kinguin and type F for FlipSid. Again, there is a best of 3, of which the maps are. Okay, this was a veto, right? So Cobble vetoed Kinguin vetoed Cobble. I'm getting tongue-tied. FlipSid vetoed Dust 2. Kinguin picked Cash. FlipSid picked Mirage. Kinguin vetoed Overpass. FlipSid vetoed Inferno. And the remaining map is Train. I see more Ks than Fs. I think maybe we have fanboys. Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, after Kinguin's performance against Virtus.pro, I'm guessing they're liking Cash. You know, following that performance on FACEIT LAN. I saw you press KF Joker. That's cheating. Where is Dan? Dan is with Vendetta in the next room. Their stream's going to go live in 10 minutes with the other game, which is Hellraisers versus Na'Vi. They will be casting that. I love me some solo casting, baby. So we're going to do that today. Man, this is the longest start for a match I have ever seen. Even Maeve spilling water on his mouse resumed faster than this has taken this match to begin. This was supposed to start 20 minutes ago. So let's see, guys. On the main channel, I think we have like 648,000 followers or something. We're going to give away 3 skins on the main channel once we hit 650k. This is the big skin, the Medusa. this will be given away to one of our subs. We will also be giving away an Icarus Fell to our subs as well, and there will be an open raffle for an M4A4 Poseidon, which everyone will be eligible for. I think we got a match. If the game sound is too loud, let me know. If you're feeling emotional, let me know. Okay, so the coaches are in position. And we should be good to go. So this is the pistol round we are seeing, and of course we have an invisible player. This is what an invisible player looks like on GoTV, guys. You have the knife in midair. You have the pistol. What is going on there? Okay. I've not seen a pistol look like that before. Anyway, here we go. Okay. Kinguin versus FlipSid. Kinguin starting on the CT side. Quite often you see a number of people towards B with an A retake. Right now we're seeing mid control from Kinguin. They're going to have Fox holding the tight angle. He's going to be spotting, trying to spot early. He will probably retreat, maybe go to site, maybe go to CT and call for backup. He doesn't want to go down and leave the site completely open to the T. So he spots a player and he is going to opt to go back towards CT. You can see there's a bit of a rotation here from Dennis, but they're not committing the T's, so they're going to slow things down a bit. FlipSid, in the meanwhile, are making sure, you can see well that it's making sure that nobody's going to go for an aggressive peek here, making sure they retain map control, retain their options, and it looks like they might start to head in that direction as angles are held towards the B area of the bomb, the B bomb site, sorry. Bondik again, he could go in any direction here. He's got to be careful. He's unlikely to lose the bomb. He's got good cover from the right-hand side wall. So let's see, still slowly but surely FlipSid will consider their options. So we can see it appears to be a late push as far as Kinguin are concerned, but now we're going to have the push come into the B bomb site. We've got the bomb down on the floor. Markelov waiting for teammates to come in. There we go. CT is smoked off, which is probably what he was actually waiting for. Let's see, Maikelele trying to hold things down here. Rain's going to stop the rotations in from mid, and he's going to come and push with his teammates. Bomb's going to get planted as the CT's push through the smoke, and that's going to be an easy retake of the site. Bomb is planted, though, for FlipSid. So we'll probably expect to see them buy on the third round here. Maybe one player will just hold off on the full buy to save for an AWP. Okay, so we can see we've got Maikelele and Rain with the SMGs. They'll have good moving accuracy, and it will. You can see there's no armor, no Kevlar here for the FlipSid team, so they shouldn't have much trouble unless they get too close to those P250s. I'm going to go for an early boost with the MP9. So minimal risk if Rain goes down there. Not going to be a very powerful weapon against the full armor of the CT. So far so good here for Kinguin. Bondik going to go down in the floor cliff position. Kinguin still holding formation pretty much, making sure none of the bomb sites are lost. Keep solid control, and it's going to be a very easy cleanup for them. So we're going to see FlipSid go for the buy here. Okay, lots of nades here for Kinguin. They've got the absolute max buy in terms of nades. Maikelele will continue with the MP7. Rain has upgraded his MP9 to Silence M4. They're going to go for a fast push. They're going to know that the buy's coming out for FlipSid. That's going to be a great early take there towards B. FlipSid unable to capitalize on the fact that there were 3 CTs pushing B. You can see them just holding formation elsewhere. Probably paranoid that maybe there's going to be a continued push from the remaining 2 players. So just regathering now. They don't have any information really towards the B bomb site. For all they know, they could still have CTs in this position, maybe even in this position, in that position. So let's see, they're going to go for the A take. Dennis is boosted up top, going to drop a counter flash into A main. WorldEdit's hiding behind the box, so he's not going to get flashed in that position. Dennis is now exposed to the door. The door is open. Dennis will get behind the box just in time. Here comes a push. Loads of flashes from both teams. Dennis completely blind for a very long time there. He will go down. Got Molotovs coming in. See if the T's can get the bomb down here. They're coming on from the side, from the top. The bomb's left in an exposed position now. Fox playing around the smoke as only Markelov and WorldEdit remain for their team. Now Markelov is playing solo. Got the AK. Rain heavily tagged. Doesn't require much to go down. Makes it 1 versus 1. He heard some shots from Fox as well. It's going to be hard to get the spray down in that position. Let's see if he can do this. Fox has got his Tech 9 out. And ooh, he could even maybe get Markelov from 1 shot here. Next hit wins, I think. AK versus Tech 9, and it's going to be the Tech 9. I think that was 2 shots after all. So, it was an expensive round for Kinguin, but they retain their clean sheets. Pause coming in. I think we need a reconnection of one of the coaches. So far, so good for Kinguin. But let's pay attention to their economy. You can see Scream and Dennis down to mere hundreds of pounds. Fox yet to buy, and Maikelele as well. So, the money's going to be very tight indeed. Will FlipSide opt to force here? I think a lot of teams would, considering only 1 CT survived. But they are yet to reveal what they want to do. Okay, we are all good in the hood. Now, are FlipSide going to buy? Are they going to try and break the CTs early, or are they going to play the long game? I get the impression that maybe they're not going to buy, considering they had all that pause time to discuss it and buy. But if you are going to go for the force here, I think it's also important that you have an execute with that force. Likely towards the A-bomb site, for example. But no, they're going to opt for the hard eco here. More or less Glocks. Like Deagle on Markelov. Few P250s actually. In fact, there's only 1 Glock. But, you know, the firepower is minimal here. And this may be a good opportunity for them to have a nice strat and break the CTs. But that's unlikely to happen. A good nade. Looks like Bondik's been spotted here. WorldEdit's going to be unable to bait him and get a trade. In fact, he's going to move away. I think he's carrying the bomb also. Indeed he is. So, had little choice but to run away there and leave his teammate to die. So, what's the option now for FlipSide? They've got Markelov trying to get a sneaky pick towards Z connector, as it's known. He's going to spot Dennis, but Dennis is going to have a welcome of his own. So, 3 FlipSide players left, losing map control as well. The net is tightening, as is the noose on these players. WorldEdit may be trying to get a sneaky entrance onto the A side. However, no CTs are down, so that's going to be nigh on impossible here, unless Kinguin make a mistake. Blade making a nice distraction towards the B bomb site, but Maikelele is still on site to. These are smart players after all. He's going to hear the sound of WorldEdit. That's going to be an easy frag. Managed to kill 1 player. But again, maybe an opportunity lost there to go for the force, get some extra damage and keep the pressure up on Kinguin. They will build a little bit of bank. Rain will drop the AWP for Fox as well. I see the 16-0 calls in chat. Maybe a little bit early for this match, as FlipSide continue to buy with the AKs and the full nades. So we can see the initial layout from FlipSide. They're going to put 2 people towards A main. Fox is coming in. He's facing with a grenade in his hand. I don't know if a teammate threw a flashbang in, but that was definitely a mistake. Bondik getting a free frag there. Easy first frag for FlipSide. Bomb still left in a passive position towards the B bomb site. There is a smoke down on A main, which is dissipating as we speak. Rain is trying to play around the new smoke. Is he going to get any frags? Flashbang comes in, not going to find anything. Manages to escape, taking 0 damage. Very lucky indeed. We've got a T going towards the squeaky door. That's Markelov again. FlipSide just playing things slow. Still a minute on the clock for them here. And you can see that Kinguin have completely abandoned the B bomb site for now. Scream looks like he's coming in to support his team if there was going to be a push, but maybe the timing's a little bit off there. The nade's starting to come in now from FlipSide. Markelov has smoked off, as we call it, the kind of NBK quad area, but it seems that it could be a fake here from FlipSide. They've lost WorldEdit to Rain. That might be some information that says nobody A main now. Rain finding another frag in A main. More information for his team as Kinguin bring this to a 4 versus 2. Markelov and DavCost, the only ones left in what you might say is an unfavourable position. We've got 1 player leaving B to get some information in mid. This is the chance that FlipSide need, unbeknownst to them. Molotov's coming into the site, but it's Scream. Can they take him down? He's got more support coming in. He's held him off for long enough. Dennis comes in, finds the frag onto DavCost, leaving only Markelov versus 3. He almost clutched in the previous round. Can he do it again? Still almost full health versus 2. Maikelele holding an angle. They've got a Molotov. Maybe they could use that to force him out. He's going to go for the peak. He will fall, and Kinguin survive once more. Now, FlipSide have a plant here, and again, this is a situation where Kinguin only survive with 2 players. Let's look at the money. They should be okay for money, actually, in the next round. So maybe the good fortune will continue here for Kinguin. Should see a buy coming out for FlipSide once more, though. 5-0. Good start so far for the CTs, despite the losses. The map score, my friends, is 0-0. This match has just started. Alright, so again, we've got the a similar, if not the same default here from FlipSide. 2 players starting to creep into A main, 1 close behind the box. In case there's a flash, you can hide behind the box, and his mate will be the initial peeker. He can be a trade frag, a worst case scenario. Got some flashes coming in towards B, just trying to push the CTs away if they are in aggressive positions, like close vents and so on. So still the double peak, just waiting for more aggression. Again, it paid off in the previous round. Didn't win them the round. They did get a very early pick indeed. You can see the sneaky position Maikelele is playing. This is going to be very hard to be pre-fied, and it will allow his teammates to rotate. You can see there are 3 CTs in the mid area, so Maikelele is going to need to stay alive. He does find a frag. 3 positions as well. Now it's pretty much a double peek into the squeaky door. Markelov runs past, gets some information for his team, but again, the numbers are dwindling here for FlipSide. 3 versus 5. No damage taken by any Kinguin players. Push coming into the A site, and it's just Markelov once again. See how much damage he can do. Absolutely none. Shot through the door by Rain. Oh, I will reset the crosshair after this game, guys. Apologies for that. That's my mistake. So, FlipSide going to be on the eco here. We see the Deagles coming out and the P250s. Ooh, through the wall. That's nasty. Not too much damage onto Markelov, but can't expect much coming out for FlipSide here. Nice tag on the screen. Going back to the well, but will it be too many times? Nobody lost yet. And there are the initial casualties here. So, not expecting much to come to fruition in this round. Bondik's pot shots have ended. We have a player on the side. That's DavCost. He's managed to sneak past Maikelele actually, but almost a frag, but no dice. Unfortunately for him. Okay. There we go, a little bit better. I'll make it a bit thicker in a second. So, we've got full Molotovs on the Kinguin side. That's going to be very important. Ooh, Bondik getting very close to a nice wallbang there. Close, but not quite close enough. Markelov just keeping an eye on the booze from a somewhat passive position. Fox going back to the well, but WorldEdit is ready and waiting. Always an opera I enjoyed on the FlipSide team. Now, we have the aggressive positions that the Seeds were looking for in the previous round. Are they going to pay off this occasion, though? DavCost getting the frag onto Scream. Now there's another man advantage for FlipSide. Can they capitalize on it and bring it? They've got almost the entire team in position here. 3 versus 4 retake as we have Markelov waiting for the rotations from the A site. Playing a very sneaky position indeed, but they've got nobody to the vent itself. We can see Maikelele just creeping. Normally to the left there is where you would expect someone to be watching the vent. We'll see if Markelov starts to creep, but he will raise the alarm that there's nades going in there. Are Kinguin going to go for this retake? It's very unfavourable indeed. But with 7 rounds on the board, they've got little to lose here. Now, Maikelele is in a situation where he's going to make a run for it. Looking at the money on his team, Scream has a little bit left, and he may want to save a bit of money so they can drop an AWP. If they didn't need an AWP, then maybe he goes to try and do as much damage as possible. And in fact, he's still going for the damage there, which is perfectly reasonable if we consider the CT economy compared to, sorry, the T economy compared to the CT economy. That's the first round flip side of one. So if the CTs can make them spend as much money as possible, keep their money low, while their money is a bit higher, at least for the time being, then, you know, long term, that will pay off a little bit. So I think we're going to have another brief pause here while we wait for the coach to return. Hope. I took a picture of a tire once when I was into photography as a young guy, and I called it Hope and Despair. Do you get it, guys? Come on. All right, 7-1. By the way, if anybody posts scorebot in the chat, you'll be permanently banned. Or we'll put sub mode on. One and only warning. So we have double orbs coming out for Flipside now. DavCost with an AWP of his own. Where is WorldEdit taking his? He's headed towards the A main side. Again, they had one round of success, but other than that, they've been holding angles without much success. And when this smoke is inside team main, they have to be really careful that the CTs are not creeping through the smoke around the back, as you saw on that occasion from, I think it was Rain. Pretty sure it was. So again, WorldEdit and bondik on the double peak, but are they going to change things up here? This has been their default pretty much every round. Looks like we might see, yeah, you can see Markelov watching the boost there. It looks like the executes might be coming in. Now, when this happens, we have to pay attention to if the T's smoke this area and how they push through it. Envy are quite good at getting the pop flash right about here when they do that. But what are Flipside going to do? They're actually looking to be headed towards mid, and you can see this position from Dennis. Very sneaky indeed. Going to see DavCost arms gets traded by bondik. But there's only 35 seconds left for the T's to push. They're moving on to the A site now. There's one play down. That's Maikelele. Rain just holding an angle on the site. He has shadow to his advantage as well. He sees the shadow above him. Looks up as the play comes down. Very unfortunate for him. Leaving only Scream versus 4 now. Flipside with an opportunity for some momentum. Alrighty then. Dennis lacking the nades. Let me see. What's his money saying? Okay. Money's gone down. The well is dry. Kinguin require a victory in this round. And a solid one. They want 3+ players to survive at this point to make sure that they can buy and or drop for their respective teammates in the following round. Now you can see there is a heavy presence. The heat map's going bananas here. Looking kind of nuclear towards B, but will the push continue here? That is a very precautious smoke grenade coming in from Flipside. And it looks like they're going to be committed to this push. So let's see what the CTs have to offer. Maybe they think they're going to be in the eco, but they have the full buy. Scream is playing around the smoke. No frags there for either side. There's the first one. He could find the second one. Blade's going down. He was heavily tagged. Nice no-scope there from WorldEdit. Looking for more. Markelov going to stop the rotations now. And things go back into the favor of Flipside. 3 versus 2. Rain holding an angle. WorldEdit is annihilating human beings here. Someone call the UN. Still, 10 rounds. We're 10 rounds in. Flipside only have 3 rounds on the board as of yet. They are definitely going to want to have more than this. This is not a good score for them so far. Kinguin not going to be too concerned. So the 16-0 is a lie, guys. It's not happening. Not on this occasion. You can see Kinguin on the eco now. Good opportunity for the Flipside team to get some frags in. Get some rounds in. They've got Molotovs. They need to get a Molotov over behind the boxes here. But bondik's just going to go for the raw peak. He's going to find a frag regardless. Maikelele coming in for the trade. Maikelele will not find a trade. bondik heavily tagged though, and the CTs will know that, so he's got to be careful. Remaining 2 CTs are on B, the B bomb site. So very quickly, guys, since it's an eco, one thing you see Team Liquid do when they push this area, they'll throw a Molotov onto this corner, which falls down there and forces any CTs in that position to have to run out of their area. But you saw FlipSid just thought, okay, we're just going to stroll through mid and just shoot them in the face, no problem. Didn't get traded either, so that was a really good round for FlipSid. That's their 4th round on the board, catching the score of Kinguin now. Alright, so it's a 3-man push here into mid at the beginning of the round with nobody on A. They're just playing the timings here. And again, we're going to see normally we'd see bondik in this position and then we would see WorldEdit behind him. But where is WorldEdit now? He is over towards the B bomb site with the AWP. So they've changed, FlipSid have changed their default. But you can see they were having 2 people in A main every single round. Apart from that one round, they weren't really doing anything there because they weren't being engaged. Kinguin were not overextending. They tried it once, they learned their lesson. Ran away with a slapped ass, and you know they're not going to go back there. So, FlipSid adjusting their default now, putting people in different areas, trying to get openings. If WorldEdit gets an opening on B, he's got the bodies there around him to push the site quickly. But they're going to move back towards the A side, and Kinguin seem to realize this. The smokes are coming in. That will give the Kinguin side some time. You can see Array just waiting there for the T's to run through A main to get some frags in. With that flash, he's going to get one in, and he will go down. Lots of information for his team, though. Scream's going to go for the full rotation. What's going on towards the A side? Maikelele in the smoke with the AWP. Okay, so Dennis holding things down on the side to stop Maikelele, missing the shot. Dennis goes down. Could have saved him, but wasn't able to hit the shot. Only DavCost remaining now versus 2. Kinguin, Maikelele with 6 HP. Scream being Scream. And that's another round for Kinguin. Scream just does Scream. How's my driving, guys? Dial 1-800-FACEIT. Sorry. Anyway, AWP on both sides now. We've got Maikelele going for some aggression. Maybe he's going to push and boost his teammate, but his teammate's on the other side. Random shot in by Maikelele. Another one. Almost tagged WorldEdit there, actually. Ooh, he knows his angles, but WorldEdit's just in a different position. And these will not ward off WorldEdit from aiming. So they've more or less gone back to their default position again. WorldEdit looking here, bondik looking here. But again, there's no engagement. Kinguin learned their lesson. They're not repeating their mistakes, which is obviously very important, especially on the CT side. Bondik's looking into the box because in case the CT's for a pop flash to try and get some information, the box will protect him from that, obviously. So he's just being very careful indeed. WorldEdit opening the door, WorldEdit welcoming rain to what is now his house. Dennis could get wallbanged by an AWP shot from here. It wouldn't kill him initially. Anyway, he's got to try and hold things down with minimal information. So he runs through facing the wall in case the flashbangs come in. And there's a flashbang through the smoke, but there's no push from the C's just yet. Dennis still just waiting. Maikelele taking down bondik, holding an angle. Dennis, again, this is a position where he can see the shadows before the players will see him, unless they're in that shadowy area right there. And unfortunately, the position won't pay off for him. Now it is down to WorldEdit versus 2. The bomb is on the floor. Not sure if the CTs have an angle on it. He's trying to even up the odds. Sees the flash, looks away from it. Maikelele capitalizes on the fact that either WorldEdit's not peeking the position, or he's looking away from the flash, or he's flashed. Pretty much a guaranteed kill there if WorldEdit's standing there. Very nice play by Kinguin. Full nades for the Kinguin side once more. 2 rounds remaining. You can see reasonable nades for the T side as well. WorldEdit is headed over towards a main. Oh, I guess mid actually, since Maikelele just killed him there. So changing things up, but not really much support there on the mid push. He was going for a fast peek, but he was fairly late for it. There is a timing where you can AWP someone who's running through mid on the CT side to the A box, but never mind that. The CTs have taken control of the bomb. Wow, Blade, I didn't even think he realized he got that kill. And this is falling apart for Kinguin now. 2 versus 2. And Scream is going for the repicks again and again and again, but he's not finding the frag. They know where the bomb was. And that's about it. So Maikelele has a gamble to make. Oh, he's going to go for the old flash A, go towards B. Is it going to pay off, however? FlipSide have no idea where Maikelele is. They know if they heard that flashbang, then there's, I don't know, he could be on like a number of different places. And with this walking, he could basically end up anywhere. Either site, essentially. They won't be expecting to flank anytime soon. They need to make sure that if he is AWPing, that they get the trade. Gotta make sure they don't get AWPs from short. Although a pot shot might have been a good idea were Maikelele there, but he's not going to hear this because he is miles away. Full rotation incoming. It's 2 versus 1. Is he going to go for it? That is the question. Again, he will know that the T's are going to want to be positioned to trade. So if he frags one of them, worst case scenario, the other one will trade. And that may stop him from going for the push with the AWP. Indeed, he will save it for the last round. Let's look at the CT economy here. There is not much going on. This is kind of jumble sale buy incoming. Although they have, I think it's 20 something hundred. I'm not as nerd as Dan when it comes to the loss bonus. Oh, it's 40. I thought this was third round. I'm going crazy. Of course, it's the first round loss bonus, so it's $1,400. I think it's $1,900 after that. So you can see this is proper jumble sale buy. They're taking the, you know, their younger sister's dolls and selling them for pennies to try and get a buy out here. They will all get Kevlar. Maikelele will continue with the AWP. Other than that, it's pistols. Few nades here and there. He's going to go for the early pick. He's going to go for it. He's going to tag WorldEdit, but that's going to be that. Oh, the timing. He's unable to escape. Is that AWP even retrievable by his teammates? Going to smoke off and pick up the AWP. It's Fox. So this is good news. This is going to be control of the B-bomb site with the smoke as well. Meanwhile, you can see the T's again, just waiting for the peaks. And now they may smell the desperation of Kinguin. Like a sweaty guy in Forbidden Planet with no money. Desperate times here for the CTs. Will they overextend? Double boost coming in, it seems. Had a bit of a jumping peak there from Dennis. I think that's the first round we've seen that Molotov coming in to the vents. And again, that's the Molotov we spoke about earlier, so they know the money's going to be low for Kinguin here, and they're making sure that they don't have any sneaky spots. Markelov could be traded here, but the one tap will come in from Dennis. 3 versus 4. FlipSide coming on both sides of the site. We've got somebody hiding behind the smoke there. As Fox comes in from Card. Picked up the AWP again on the B-bomb site earlier. Manages to keep hold of it for this long. Almost tags Blade. He's missing the shot again. 3 versus 2. He's looking for the trade fragger now. He has no idea where that trade fragger might be. Misses the flash. Oh, Blade. He's going for the peaks. Fox is missing again. There comes the trade fragger from behind. And FlipSide take the final round of the half. This is a good score, guys. Anything could happen now. We have potential. Again, if you are just joining us, it is 0-0 between these two teams. Best of 3. Winner goes to FACEIT League. Stage 3. Okay, pistol run. Now, let's see how the pistol changes. On Kinguin's pistol run, I had 3 people mid at the beginning. On FlipSide's, we have a start of 3 people A with 1 playing A rotate, going into mid now with 2 people towards B. Kinguin appeared to be committed to A, and the obvious thing is that the bomb is through to Squeaky Door, which is like the longest rotate possible back towards B, which makes you think that they're going to go straight for this. Indeed, they are. Here comes a push. There's coming in from A main. Others coming in from Squeaky. The Tech 9's coming in, doing great damage to DavCost's face, and Markelov is the only person standing. That was a very fast annihilation indeed. Maikelele to follow up with the last frag. Nobody lost. I don't even know how many of the people who had armor were tagged, because if they weren't tagged, obviously they get the upgrades, they get the helmet upgrades for $350. Scream, however, will have to pay the full 1,000 for his. Alright, so what is the play here from FlipSid? They've got some Kevlars and a bunch of pistols. How much money do they have left? This looks like it's kind of a force buy. DavCost and Blade leaving a bunch of money in the bank. Both are looking ahead towards AWPs maybe later on. Here comes the push from Kinguin. There's a smoke onto Squeaky Door. This position is so strong with one-tap guns like the Xizt, like the 5.7, like the P250. 3 versus 4 now, and Rain is heavily tagged. Got to be careful, but he's only rocking a Tech 9, so not much to gain here apart from a personnel advantage for the CTs. That said, they will quickly get eliminated now. You can see Markelov. He has the CZ and he has Kevlar. And again, next round he could continue like this, or he could upgrade for a helmet for $350. So he will save. The sweet sound of a ticking time bomb. Terrorists win. See the scores on the doors. Rain and Fox fighting for the top half of the scoreboard, but everybody else is 1, 2, 3 frags behind. Can see bondik just making double figures there on the CT side. Again, that is the eco round continuing. You can see Markelov not gonna buy the Kevlar, which makes sense because it's a big risk considering how limited their firepower is. Probably not worth the money. It's going to be a very fast A split here from the T side. And they're going to try and take as much real estate as possible. Maikelele continuing down as the rest of the team rotate, or try to, out of the B bomb site. So, Maikelele has left the building. Information for his team, and then it's going to just run around with that Mac 10 and try to make lots of money. Not going to work out for him, though. Now, the Ts might try to continue the hunt here. But if the CTs get kills with that Mac 10, it's going to be very profitable indeed. An AK is lost, an AK is collected. And Kinguin and FlipSid will go to the buy round. Kinguin with double the score of FlipSid. Is the deficit already too large? We are about to find out. DavCost with the AWP. And you can see the force buy in the second round means that the nades are extremely limited here for the CT side. And on a map like Cash, that's going to be a serious problem. Especially when there is an AWP on the T side to boot in the hands of Maikelele, or as Dan likes to say, Maikelele. WorldEdit playing the vent, but there is somebody around the corner, unbeknownst to him, and that is Dennis, one of the most aggressive players I have seen in a long time. Almost an angle on Maikelele there, but no dice. Doesn't get the frag onto Fox. Fox is going to take him down. Then it's going to come straight through the vent. Excellent play there by Kinguin. Ready for the trade frag should it need to be. Should it need be. Should it be needed. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So, consolation frag at this point for DavCost. Now, he has an AWP to save. Rain's going to try and go for the frag through the smoke. He will find it. He has an AWP should he want one. Not sure if they want 2 AWPs on the T side, but with so many AWPs on the team, who knows? You never know with Kinguin. You know, again, bondik will be very aware that Kinguin will be positioning for the trade frags as that duel goes down towards the B bomb site. So, which route does he pick now? Gets another 1v1, wins another 1v1. But with 15 HP, how many more can he survive? Makes his way to the A bomb site. And I think Kinguin are done losing players. And bondik will survive for the next round. But what do FlipSid do here? Kinguin are 3 rounds away from taking the first map. Obviously, the money is extremely limited here for FlipSid. So they will get somewhat of a conservative buy-in. Now, they've lost every round so far. So they're going to have max round bonus in the next round. So they're leaving themselves more or less above $2,000. So they should have a full buy in the following round. Maybe Sans helmets, which wouldn't matter at this point. 4 AKs and an AWP. So bondik's holding down the A site, but all the action is happening towards B. You can see DavCost and Markelov holding a crossfire here. Markelov trying to bait here for DavCost. But the Molotov is going to force the position, and they will not get any frags. Well, DavCost will get one in trade. Scream going down as the Rain gets a kill for the T's. And now he's still got a close position, and there's more baiting going on. So how many frags can he get here? Can't get a single one that had so much potential, but it just did not pay off. Only bondik left with an M4 and armor. What's he going to do here? Now, this might be... Ooh. Now we're really talking. 1 versus 2. The bomb's only just gone down. He's going to push through the smoke. We've got one player heavily tagged. That's Rain. He's the last player left. 16 HP, but he's in headshot, and he will find a headshot himself. Excellent positioning. He was heavily tagged. Generally speaking, during on a map, when a player is heavily tagged early on, they will try and put that player, if possible, into a headshot position. Say on Dust 2, in the B bomb site, for example, behind a box. So it's as hard to kill that person as possible. Rain positions himself in a similar way towards the B bomb site and makes it count. The CT is unable to do anything about it. That could have been big for FlipSide. It could have been great momentum, but that leaves them with what could be their last full buy. Kinguin on 14 rounds. Double LOPs coming out for FlipSide. Paying off so far. DavCost taking down Scream in the mid area, but he's going for the common wallbangs there. But he might have a problem on his hands if he goes for a wide peek once more. Maikelele will look away. Or they're looking towards B. And they still have Markelov in the trade position. I have a bit of nerding to do there, but not quite yet. As we may see some action soon. Moving away from the bomb site, it seems. The T's, as Maikelele continues to look for a frag. But again, it's 3 versus 5, so there's no reason for FlipSide to over-rotate with this amount of time on the clock. And Kinguin have decided maybe we'll head back towards A, as Maikelele has made his way onto a bit of the site. They've got a bit of real estate. Dennis has left the building, as has Rain. Only Maikelele remaining. Consolation frag. FlipSide on the right path, at least for now. And again, they have half the score of their opponents. So, another AWP here for Maikelele. DavCost in mid. WorldEdit towards B. Only bondik towards A for the moment, but they've got the rotator blade going between the two sites. Dennis has taken down DavCost. I used to love watching Dennis play this map, especially when he was AWPing. He would be up on the boost spot so fast, and he would just relentlessly repeat. But it's not him AWPing, it's Maikelele, so we've got other people to focus on. We're seeing a bit of a tag through the wall there. WorldEdit left with most of his health. Lucky boy. Nice tracking though by Maikelele. Bit of damage done. We'll see if the push continues here. WorldEdit holding angles towards checkers. Takes down Fox, who's trying to get some information on site. They know WorldEdit's there. We've got rotations coming in from the CT, leaving only one towards the A bomb site. That nade's going to be a juicy one, doing a bit of damage there. WorldEdit continuing to hold things down, finding another player. That's just in time. Then it's trying to push his way through the smoke. Goes beyond the CT. CT can't spin around fast enough. 2 versus 1. bondik, the only man remaining now, coming in through the vent. Still have no idea, but they'll know where he should come from. Vents or CT or C entrance to B. Molotov coming in. He's going to be paranoid of that headshot area. That's going to stop the T's from being in certain positions. Sees Dennis go through the Molotov though. He's looking for the trade fragger, but he can't find any frag just yet. He has 8 bullets in the magazine. Manages to find the reload. Maikelele holding the angle there. bondik going for the pre-fire. Maikelele down to the pistol, down to the Glock, and he's not going to find a frag. No game point for them yet. Another round in the bag for FlipSide, but it cost them almost all their personnel. Counter-terrorists win. Money on FlipSide is looking difficult. And with Kinguin have such a lead that they can just continue the pressure again and again and again. 2 players of armor. They've got Deagles, P250s, and a Tech 9. Cameo appearance from a Tech 9. Alrighty then. What are they going to do? They were so bunched up here, I think they were going to go for the boost, but as you can see, it's covered in flames. They do have one player there with a Deagle, and that player is, of course, Dennis. No tags just yet. DavCost holding an angle, and DavCost will launch him into space. Push coming in. Again, they're going for the squeaky door. They want to get up close and personal. Get those frags and get those one-taps. Hasn't worked so far. Rain with one frag onto Brave, but that's about it. 4 versus 1. Bombs on the floor. Rain picks it up. He's got a position on the side. Bondik's got to be careful. Again, you don't want to get tapped out by those Tech 9s. We saw what Hiko did on that recently elsewhere. It's looking unlikely though. Rain finds himself in lots of angles to cover, and he will be unable to do so. FlipSid continues the dominance. Right, what's going down in Chinatown? And by Chinatown, I mean DE Cash. Everyone headed over towards the A-bomb site for the time being. Now, we may see a flashbang coming in through the smoke. Indeed, there it comes. They look away. They're going to push through the smoke itself. Got a CT flash in the boost position. He's going to go down. That's bondik. There's a player on site. He's blind as well. Blade running in, facing the wall. He's going to catch Rain with a nade in his hand. Dennis is looking for the trade frag. Blade is looking for the trade frag. He's finding 2 frags himself. He's doing great holding this site for his team, allowing the rotation to come in as well. You can see them coming towards the car position. DavCost getting a frag onto Fox with the Xizt. Maikelele going down as well. No bomb plant, very important. That's meaning that's $4,000 less than Kinguin may have had as a bonus across the team. You can see the money starting to struggle for Kinguin now. Maybe an eco is in order. So they're going to go for the half buy here. Kevlar Tech 9s again. They just want to continue the pressure on the CT economy. Because if they do continue to you know, take down 2, 3 players in these rounds and keep losing the rounds, the time when they win the round, FlipSid's money is going to be so screwed. They're going to have minimal loss bonus that Kinguin will be in a super strong position to close out game 1. But at 14-10, they are running out of rounds to do exactly that. WorldEdit needs to be careful he does not get caught in no man's land. That said, there are 3 people on the site here. Markelov playing the headshot position. He gets the first frag. Nice nade coming in from DavCost. Great teamwork there. Goes for the repick with the AWP. Not going to find a frag. Finds it this time. And another one. Only Rain remaining. Trying to get a tap onto mid. Indeed, he will. Repositioning coming in from FlipSid. They've got a player on shorts already. Bit of tagging coming in, and DavCost just wants to rip everybody apart with this AWP today. 3 rounds in it now. FlipSid with a monster comeback so far on the CT side. But again, 1 slip up from FlipSid, and it could be curtains. On the subject of curtains, I myself prefer Venetian blinds. Okay, we've got the mollies coming in to mid. Last time we saw a sneaky boost here, but that one's going to cover the area much, much better. We've got the pop flashes coming in, but Dennis is not even going to get out of mid. Pre-fired by Blade. He's still getting in the face, baby. 4 men for Kinguin. 3 men for Kinguin. DavCost just once more. He is hungry as Cookie Monster. And Kinguin tasting good right now. 5 versus 3. They push through vents. He spotted a play, and that was Scream. And that's going to be a strong rotation here from FlipSid. 3 players ready and waiting. Once again, counter flashes coming in. That's a nice flash by Markelov. Going to get 1 player down. That's a bomb spotted. We should see a further rotation now. Repositioning from the other FlipSid members. Only Maikelele remaining. Is he going to push his smoke? He's not going to get a chance. Too many angles to cover. 4 people surviving for FlipSid. The force buys are not working for Kinguin. Look at the money of the CTs. DavCost has an AWP and $12,000 in the bank at the beginning of the round. Once again, guys, the other qualifying match for the European arm of the FACEIT Stage 3 League is going to be going off shortly on FACEIT TV, the main channel. That's going to be Hellraisers and Navi. But for the time being, we have Kinguin going for another set play towards the A-bomb site. Again, they're going to have these pistols, the one-tap pistols, come through the squeaky door and main with all these nades and try and get close enough to negate the advantage of these M4s. Bit of tapping coming in. Maikelele can't do much more. The fire is spreading onto the area itself, and they've managed to get the frags into the A site. They've got control for now, but they're going to have to continue to fight for it. DavCost is holding an angle. They're going to get flashed out of position. Then it's with a good angle to try and punish him with a Tech 9, but he's got to be scared. He knows DavCost is hitting his shots at the moment, so he's got to be careful about when and how he repeaks. He manages to do it well, takes him down. This could be the run that Kinguin needed as FlipSide continues to close. FlipSide have to go for this. They've got too much money and too much at stake here. And indeed, it's working out so far. But Blade and Markelov heavily tagged. They are 1 taps away. And the play with all the health, well, that it goes down. Scream onside with an M4. Gonna lose the duel with Blade. 2 versus 1 now. Diffuse coming in. Blade just needs to hold the angle. Maikelele can't do much. He will go down as well. And FlipSide will survive. Just about. 1 round in it now as they look to tie things up. Can Kinguin close this out? They got the first 5 rounds. And look how many TTs survived these rounds. Not many at all. Finally, Kinguin survived. With varying success. And they are 1 round behind here. I thought this game was done for. FlipSide had other ideas. You can see the formation from FlipSide. They're going to have 1 player towards mid. That's DavCost with the AWP, but this time Maikelele rips his face off. Great early frag. No vision of mid for a while now from FlipSide. It's going to force one of the players, that's Blade, to play A rotate to mid. And while he does that, it's going to stretch the defenses towards the A site itself. You can see 4 people in A main here for Kinguin. We might see a late rotate through mid from Fox to catch people on short, to cover the angle from car to the site itself. Bondik's gonna have a flash in from his team, but can he find anyone? He can find Scream. He can find the end of Scream's gun into his face. 5 versus 3 now. Kinguin looking really good this time. The nades coming in. Blade though, how much can he do here? That's 1 frag, but he's running out of bullets. Finds the bomb and another player. Scream coming in to try and trade. Blade, can he get around the corner? No, he's going for the repick. Trades coming in for both sides. WorldEdit versus 2 now. This is absolute mayhem. Flash is coming in all over the place. He's running in blind. He's not going to find the frag onto Frox, leaving Fox with 9 HP. Kinguin game point. FlipSide though have the money to go for a more or less full buy here. Indeed, it will be a full buy from the entire side, so they're not out of this yet. That frag onto DavCost was so important in mid. Forced the rotation. It made A weak. And then by design, they pushed A, they took A, and they take themselves to game point. So let's look at the positioning of the CTs here. We've got bondik playing with DavCost. Almost playing the same angle here. While we have Fox just lurking outside the B bomb site. Not much going on in mid for now. Maikelele though is holding an angle. But Blade, they've changed things up. Whereas DavCost, he's still AWPing, but he is over towards the A site, looking towards main now. Will Kinguin go for a late push through mid? We've seen it from other teams. We're starting to see the nades come in. Are they trying to draw CTs away from other places? They've denied vision of Z connector. Again, there's important Molotovs all over the place, removing any sneaky positions of the CTs, but has not brought any fruit yet. Maikelele in a difficult position, having to look away now. Got a teammate holding the angle for him as he manages to escape. But that teammate has to be careful because he is carrying the bomb. Maikelele having a quick look up short, and they're going to move towards a B split now. Rain going down the A main. That's 3 people towards A. This is an important time for Kinguin to try and push the B bomb site, but there's a crossfire. Not going to work. Markelov goes down, leaving only WorldEdit on the site on his own. 2 more players. He needs to try and stay alive. He's trying to bait for his teammate. Blade is coming in. He's going to make the frag, and that will be 14 to 15. Great play by WorldEdit there. Just a bit of shoulder peeking, keeping the attention while Blade came down. The cavalry from the ceiling, bursting through the roof. Now, what kind of buy are we going to see here from Kinguin? Is this going to be overtime? They've got an AK, a Galil, an AWP, and a Hope. Again, if this does go to overtime, guys, it will be MR5, 16k. It will be carnage. DavCost, again, he's been so important for FlipSide here. Early frag. This time in favour of the CTs. DavCost still holding the angle. Fox going to go for the repick. He goes for the wide peek there to try and make DavCost miss his shot, expecting maybe he's holding the same angle. Indeed he was. Paid off for Fox, but he couldn't connect with a shot of his own. Very tight angle being held there by DavCost. Now we can see the Kinguin team over towards the A bomb site. Let's see what Rain is doing in this position. He's on the boost spot with all of a P250. Maybe trying to catch somebody unawares, excuse me. Okay, so the push looks like it's coming into the A site here. The nades continue. DavCost looking away from the flashes, but there are more coming his way. Sees the end of the AWP. That's going to be an important frag. Again, 4 versus 3. He needs another one. Misses the shot onto Scream. Now, bear in mind, we've got Fox coming through mid, but he's going to be flanked from Z, connected by Markelov. Markelov loses the duel. The smoke will stop DavCost from finding the frag. He's trying to find where the other player is now. I think it's getting a little bit tricky. Where are they? In fact, it's only Scream remaining versus 3. You can see the passive position being held, but Scream is looking for it. He's going to go for the taps. Very nice dink, but it's not enough. We're going to overtime, people. Okay, MR5, 16k. If you're buying lots of Volps, you've got to be careful that you don't run out of money. Oops, excuse me. Some people prefer MR5, some people prefer MR3, which is 10k. MR5 gives you more play, and again, we do want to play Counter-Strike here. That's the name of the game. Personally, I prefer it, unless you get to, like, you know, triple overtime, then you get a bit fatigued, maybe. So, aggressive positioning towards A main here. This is information for FlipSide. That said, they still have 3 people playing A, despite DavCost's aggressive position here. But they have a lack of information in mid, so they've got to be careful. Blade slowly rotating there. Maybe he'll move over towards the B-bomb side eventually, as almost the entire team are here. Again, we mentioned earlier that this position was a common one to look for rotating CTs. Not that aggressive, but it'll do the job. So it's going to be the B take here for the Kinguin side. The CT's completely smoked off. Now, what is the play here from FlipSide? Blade's going to run through the smoke, try and get a frag. He's going to find 2 frags with 1 spray down with a silence and 4. That is great for his team. Rain, can he hold the rotation here? He's playing with the vent area there. He will find a frag on to bondik, surviving with 44 HP. DavCost going to try and bait. You see he's throwing the smoke down to suggest he's going for the defuse, but is he actually going to do it? Indeed he is. Rain not peeking, Scream not peeking. They're non-believers. They don't have the right angle, and he's going to find the defuse regardless. That is a round. That FlipSide should not have won, but they do. Unbelievable stuff. Alrighty then. Molotov onto the roof as per usual. Of course, when it's the beginning of overtime, the teams don't switch sides. They just continue on the sides they were on, which is good momentum, I think, depending on who was winning the rounds in normal time. In this case, it was FlipSide towards the end. Maybe this can continue for them. Scream with a nice pop flash into his own smoke there. But just take a note of that, people. This is a really strong flash if you're a T. Especially when the CTs smoke off the entrance to mid as well. Well, you can tell me what you make of that. Send me a tweet. Scream with a nice frag into mid there. Weakening the FlipSide team. Push is coming in towards B bomb site once again. Let's see how the CTs are holding it. Markelov on the site. WorldEdit looking away. Where is he? I think he's in the position that you commonly see Kiyashima holding. Not going to pay off though. The smoke comes down. DavCost will trade. 3 versus 2. Markelov holding down the site. He's been there this whole time. Finds another frag as well. Markelov, his play has been so good for FlipSide recently. I think he's really going under the radar. He's been a very, very good support player for FlipSide. And it continues. He holds down the site. So 2 for 2 so far from FlipSide. AWP onto Dennis now, with Maikelele going for an auto sniper. That's just disgusting. And again, in old LGB lineups, you'd see Dennis going for a very fast pick, but with DavCost playing so strongly, maybe he's feeling like it's not a good idea to challenge the man at the moment. Oh, is that a one-way smoke from WorldEdit? He almost gets a frag there, looking for the nade. Is he going to find it? Kobe! DavCost holding mid down from short. You can see there is the player in mid as well. Blade just going for the shoulder pick. Just trying to find out what's going on. Not overextending. bondik again in the higher position. Maikelele spots him. Maikelele does not find a frag. 3 players remaining here for Kinguin. All towards the A side again. Safety in numbers now. The numbers are limited. Lots of counter nades, flashes coming in. Trying to just interrupt the play of the remaining players from Kinguin here. They're forced to retreat. Will we see a peek here from the CTs. They still have 5 players. There are 40 seconds remaining. The A split is on. Now from the Kinguin side, we can see that Rain is just waiting for his time to shine. Then is slowly looking for an opening, almost finding a frag and onto DavCost, but not quite making a connection. DavCost resetting his position. Rain coming in from short. Now things get interesting. We've got a player stuck in the forklift area. That's bondik. He takes down Rain, but the site is in control. No, it's not. Of the T's. Then it's reduced to the Tech 9. He's up against 3. More Molotovs coming in. He has to try and go for the plant. Consolation money for his team here. He makes a plant. Can he get the frag? Indeed he can. What's going to happen now? He's got a chance. Nice shoulder peek. Can't he get the snap on the high position? Going for the Kukli. But Kukli Airlines are closed today. Dennis did what he could. But it wasn't enough. 3 for 3 for Flipside. Again, guys, if you are just joining us, this is the first game of a best of 3 here between Kinguin and Flipside. And as you can see in the chat, the maps are Cached and Mirage and then Train. I'll give you a rehash of the vetoes when there is some downtime, which doesn't look to be coming anytime soon. Okay, so what is the play here from Kinguin? They've had limited success. They've had narrow losses in overtime in certain rounds. Maikelele going for the pop flash onto the site. Now, how are the CTs going to deal with this? WorldEdit is blind as a bat right now. Markelov, though, coming in for support once again. WorldEdit holding a flash, but that's going to leave him unable to fire his gun. That was very inopportune. Markelov still holding things down, finally going down. So is DavCost. This could be the round that Kinguin win. Blade has no choice but to open the vent. Not looking for the trade tracker just yet. Is he going to take down Scream? No, he just about misses. Maikelele coming in for a very late trade indeed. Scream lucky to survive. So, bondik versus the what? bondik with 2 frags so far. Maikelele knows where he is. He has a bit of an advantage there. Now, his teammates will make the call that Maikelele traded the frag earlier on. bondik doesn't have a smoke on this occasion. He's going for the fake this time. Maikelele trying to get sneaky with the Molotov. Indeed, that will pay off for him. bondik has a kit, but he's got to be fast here. Maikelele playing around the wall. And bondik going for the full spray with the Xizt. It won't be enough. Kinguin get an overtime round on the board. Last round of the first half. Again, this is great play by Flipside. They've come into overtime on the CT side with momentum from normal time. And it's paid off for them so far. Can Kinguin double the rounds they've had in the overtime half? We are about to find out. Scream. Just scream things. Good start here. WorldEdit evening things up, but advantage Kinguin. CT side with limited forces to defend at the moment. Things slowing down now as both teams reconsider their options. May have a bit of a mid-take coming in from the Kinguin team. Blade considering the AWP. Did you see Maikelele? Oh, he just about misses the headshot there. Very unfortunate. Counter flashes coming into the mid area. Maikelele's made his way over to the short area, or sugar cube as some people call it. If you have a different call out, let me know what you call that on the tweeters. Ooh, bondik asking for trouble. Is he going to go for the repick? Has a second player in for support. Again, Kinguin still considering their options here, and they are kind of stuck on the B bomb site. WorldEdit missing an important shot. They've got nobody there that's left on the site. There's going to be a push here from Kinguin. We've got Molotovs all over the place. A nice snap from Dennis, leaving only bondik and Blade remaining. Ooh, what's this weird boost we're seeing here? Oh, he's going to boost him to look at the vent. That is very sneaky indeed. We've got 3 people in the vent area now for the T side. Another vent plant, and there are no smokes here for the CTs to get anything done, but they're making it 2 versus 2. Running in is bondik, but not finding the frag. Blade waiting for a peek to come in. He knows there's going to be a trade frag. He finds Dennis, but is he going to go for the fake? Did he let go of that by accident? Oh, so close, but no. Cigars, Fox takes the final round of the first half here in overtime. MR5, 16k for Kinguin, 17-18. Things are evening up once more. Alrighty then. AWP on both sides. Let's see where Fox is going. Fox is going towards B. WorldEdit is going back towards A. Are we going to see the same default here from FlipSide? It appears we are. We can see bondik again playing this. So they've got this thing going on in this position. And Markelov, maybe with some timing, he will turn around. Normally we saw him watching the boost spot. Currently he's holding semi-passive towards the squeaky door. CT's just moving around this area, trying to see what's going on just in case Dennis needs support. You can see Scream moving away from the B bomb site now, leaving Fox holding the angle, but I smell a DavCost coming his way. No AWP on this occasion, prefers it on the CT side, and we saw how effective he was. Blade on the 30 bomb, in-game leader, showing FlipSide how it's done. So, nades coming in towards the A bomb site here. We have the boost coming in. So, no need to be afraid yet for Kinguin. Maikelele might have a half a second to look away from a flashbang. Indeed, that's exactly what he does. But where are the FlipSide players going? And not pushing just yet. Just kind of baiting. Waiting for counter nades. We're not seeing many though. We're just seeing trades on the A bomb site. They will know there was a booster. They will know there's one more player. But how many more? On top of that, one more player are there. Fox leaving the B bomb site. He's going to have an awkward retake now as the T's have taken it. So all those nades paid off for them. Ooh, Fox in a good position to get them as they go onto the site. Running onto the bomb in his hands. Markelov's going to go down. Follow up nade coming in. There are 7 seconds left for the bomb to go down. Have they got time? Yes, they do. It takes about 3.5 seconds. And they will clean up the rest of the CTs. FlipSide, all of a sudden, looking good for game 1. So in overtime 1, it will be the first team to make it to 21 rounds to take the first game. Otherwise, we're looking at 20-20 and overtime 2. Okay. AWP once again for Fox. There's a different position, a very different position. I'm wondering... Let's see how that goes. Nobody peeking anywhere near yet. DavCost holding very passive positions. Again, there is a 2-round lead here for FlipSide. They do not want to throw that away. Looking at the money for the CTs, they're still good for another buy. Should they lose this round, but then they will be up against match points. So, nade starting to come into the A sites again. Last time it was a fake and they went towards B. What's it going to be this time? And how will the CT reaction differ from the previous occasion? We can see Maikelele was looking to do something aggressive there, but he was actually blocked by the smoke. Maybe he was going to go for a peek towards A main, but unfortunately for him, he will be unable to do it. Seems bondik's going to be the entry fragger now. Smoke's coming, flash is coming in through the smoke. Maikelele is blind playing around the forklift position. You can see once again, well, they're going to have a running no-scope. That is very unfortunate indeed. Only Scream and Fox remaining. This is the Kinguin pick cash. 1-man advantage for the team so far. Great tap by Blade. He is playing out of his mind right now. Fox is retreating. There is only so much the man can do. So, we have match point, sorry, game point, excuse me, for FlipSide. Okay, what is the play of Kinguin? Are they, for example, are they going to change anything up? Are we going to see some aggression here from the CT side? Are we going to see, for example, maybe a pop flash into A, having an AWP or a rifle peek? Let's have a look. I'm expecting we will see the same standard positioning here from the FlipSide team. In fact, we more or less do, but WorldEdit has moved elsewhere. And indeed, we are going to see that aggression, but no flash. It's going to be rain creeping around the smoke again. T's always know that there's a chance CTs can be creeping around the smoke. They can even jump onto the boxes behind, as you just saw him facing. Pop flash comes in. That gives him a bit of map control at the very least. Rain trying to force the T's out of main, and it will pay off. So, we did see that aggression. Oh, look at the wall bangs! That's absolutely crazy! Could have done a lot more. Didn't do that much, but that is some serious harassment. So, Kinguin indeed making the adjustment, getting more aggressive here up against game point. They've got one frag, but what's left now? What else is going to happen? What are FlipSide going to do? Where are you going with that smoke, sir? And here we go. Rain manages to get the frag. Markelov overextending before the Molotov did its job. Rain being very patient there to try and get the frag, waiting for his recall, but he just couldn't get it in time. Bomb headed over towards the B bomb site, but there are two players here for the CT Scream and Fox on the site. Now the entire FlipSide team, or what remains of them, is over here. Man, a disadvantage. Fox getting the first frag. Do they know Scream is even there? Scream coming in for the trade, but he's blind. There are 9 seconds remaining. I think this is going to be the round. Kinguin do not need to push anymore. The nade will do the job, but even if it didn't, it takes 3.5 seconds to plant that bomb. FlipSide can continue the pressure here with more nades. With more buys, excuse me, and nades. But they only have 1 round to continue this pressure, because if Kinguin win the next 2, then we're going to overtime 2. Double orbs coming out now. Dennis in mid, Fox towards B. He's getting a bit aggressive. He's got no support either. And WorldEdit is already holding the angle. Who's going to peek first though? WorldEdit or DavCost? Is Fox going to continue this little adventure towards B? Oh, he finds it! Absolutely insane peek. That's going to be the B bomb site completely empty now. The CT is scarpering over, but can FlipSide move fast enough? Scream spots the player there, and that flash is going to slow down the advance from the T's. Dennis comes in just in time. Scream playing headshot now. Nice little flash from him. And FlipSide are unable to capitalize on that excellent frag from WorldEdit. That was unbelievable. These AWPers know their angles so well. Rain has moved into an aggressive position. What's important about this now as well is that he can hear the movements of the T's in A main, in the boost position. He can hear those nades being primed as well. He may not hear bondik in time. Indeed, he's going to look. Oh, but he's going to find the frag. Rain's going to find the frag. 4 versus 3. 30 seconds left on the clock. Things not working out for FlipSide. He could have been so good. Rain getting a trade frag onto Markelov. So 3 versus 2. CTs continue with the man advantages now. Rain getting naded in mid. WorldEdit not finding the frag onto Scream. He's holding things down on the B bomb site. We've seen him in a 4 versus 1. But this is a 1 versus 1 with Rain coming in for support in the vent area. This is not over yet, guys. Not over yet. What do you think? Are we going to overtime 2, or are we going to a FlipSide victory? Scores on the doors. Rain and Blade tying for the lead. Fox needs to stop his torrent downloads. One can only imagine what's coming down the pipes. At this point, the leftover money is irrelevant because it is the last round of this game or of overtime 1. Everybody's turning up for the team's kills well spread out, but we know what's really important, guys. Rain is leading in the MVPs. So, what have we seen so far? We've seen a tease with meticulous pushes through mid. Again, it's very important to throw a Molotov over to this position. Just throw it into this corner, lands down here, forces any CTs. But the last time we saw that, I'm not sure if it was Blade. I think it was Blade up here, maybe bondik. They overextended. They moved here before the Molotov even went off, and Rain was able to find the kill there. And even kind of hide in a semi-safe position like this following that kill. Another small point for those of you who play cash. If the CTs throw a smoke into this position, you can use that to your advantage. If they throw out smoke and like, okay, I'm going to go over here and hold this angle. I'm going to go over here and hold this angle. Just as you saw Scream do. You can, well, firstly, at the beginning of a round, you should just wait to see if any nades come in, as they commonly do from CTs. Then you can stand here, throw a flashbang off this wall. It will pop, if their smoke is more here than in here, then your flashbang will pop in their smoke. So if somebody's holding an angle here, he will have little idea, unless he knows these plays and he'll hear the flashbang bounce off the wall and he will look away, he's going to get completely flashed. And you can run through, ideally with a second person, and then face these positions. But you ideally want to have a smoke either here or a wall of smokes here, because if somebody's this far away, the flash may not be effective against them. So bear those things in mind, guys. So again, the default that we've seen from Flipside so far is Markelov comes to this position, so he can keep an eye on the squeaky door pushes, but also keep a kind of off angle on the boost position. So normally you see people stand around here watching the boost, or even boost up on the truck, or even all the way up with, say, an AWP to look down here. We see bondik holding this position. He's crouching behind the box, so if any flashes come in, he can basically be the trade should it be needed when WorldEdit is standing in this position with the AWP. Then we have a lurker, DavCost, kind of just hanging around this position. The main variation we've seen on their T default is WorldEdit coming over here as well. And you saw he's so smart. He knows the angles that you should hold, or if you will, you know, depending on opinion, the common angles. So you saw, I think it was Fox just holding super tight angle here, and bondik's like, sorry, it's like, okay, you're not in any of these sensible angles, so I'm just going to strafe and quick scope you, and you are going to die. Unfortunately, with all these, there are so many other positions. With an AWPer that aggressive, you would semi-expect him to have support from a rifler, which is why they were so slow to take the site. Either he could be holding an angle like this, or common angles generally speaking, if you're standing in this corner with a flashbang, normally you have a smoke like here when you're playing in that position. If you're standing in this corner, standing, not crouching, you can throw a flashbang directly in this corner, and what it will do is it will go up here, then it will just drop directly down. So if anybody is watching this angle, they'll get pop flash because it will pop around here. So you just throw that up, then you face here, the flash goes off, then you go for your peak. If you look at the way Titan play the B bomb site with Existence and RPK, often you'll see Existence standing in this position. He'll just be holding a flashbang, and RPK will be standing like this, and Existence will float a flash, which will land about here. So anybody facing will be completely blind, and RPK just comes, hello, and just starts shooting. They've changed their layout somewhat now, because obviously if you're doing the same thing all the time, then you're going to get counter-stratted. But that's one of the ways that Titan will hold the B bomb site. Again, they had a fun thing where they had a crazy boost. I can't exactly remember where it was. Sometimes they have crazy boosts up here, where they had one person looking over into this area, and one person, I guess he's looking here or here. I'm not really sure. Probably that angle. But that's one of the nice ones they did over here. So what is going to take these two teams over the line? Again, money is not quite the issue in this particular round. And again, it's just, you know, like if Flipside get an early advantage, depending on how that advantage comes, will dictate how fast or slow they are. Or maybe they just want to be slow in general. Again, with an AWPer in such an aggressive position, maybe he has rifle support as well. Something you saw a long time ago from Fnatic, for example, on Inferno. You know, back in the days when they were just doing the same thing all the time, you saw JW bouncing through apps on his own with the AWP, being super aggressive. Then they eventually changed things up, and I think it was Pronax who would be in the bedroom while JW would be baiting for him on balcony. And they'd expect, you know, oh, JW's just being aggressive on his own again. Let's just run through and try and chase him down, and Pronax would get frags. So in that same respect, you see that kind of thing, the support for the rifle support for the AWP in lots of other places. So like, what if the AWPer is here and WorldEdit gets a frag? Then maybe Flipside move faster towards the site than here, because there's so many more places to worry about. But again, it's, you know, the deep area and support and so on. Well, tense situation. Hopefully Fox will be back soon. How trolly would it be if I just left you listening to this? How trolly, guys, how trolly. Normally you see the drips, this drips, but maybe it's a GoTV thing. So, what else can we discuss? Another thing, actually, this is something, I think this was a big problem, especially in North America some months ago. Like, if you went to, say, stage 1 of the FACEIT League in North America, specifically. Europe as well. Not many teams are very good at doing this, but when the T's push towards A, and they have a smoke down in this corner, many teams would not flash. They would just, like, YOLO run through this smoke. So you have a CT holding this position or holding this position. They were the two more common positions, or even maybe this position. And the T's would just run through the smoke and die. Basically, they would handicap themselves by having this flash down. This smoke down here, sorry. Envy have been historically one of the stronger teams at having the flashes come like right here. So if you have a flash come into this position, somebody's holding this angle, they're blind. If somebody's holding this angle, they're blind. Even an angle like this to avoid spray down and nade angles and so on. They're going to be blind as well. So it forces more passive angles from the CTs, maybe like here, maybe dancing around, you know, maybe holding this kind of angle, although you have to be paranoid that you don't really know what's going on, especially with Molotov's nades, smokes going off around you. These teams have executed flashes, at least, through that smoke well, also. So that's something that's been good to see. Another little nerdy fact, from this position, like sometimes, like I will hold AWP from this position, but you need to be aware that you can't really hear the squeaky door. So if you're going for some weird play where you've got no one on the A site itself, you need to have somebody, if you have somebody playing mid-rotate, you just want them to just keep an eye every so often on squeaky door, otherwise you could be in a lot of trouble. So, another thing is, you know, for those of you at home, if you're struggling to take the site, maybe you're getting a smoke down that we talked about, to stop, you know, the AWP angles, like you have AWPers holding this angle, AWPers holding that angle, AWPers holding this angle, you know, whatever else. If you're playing pugs and things like that, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to execute, you know, that flashbang and have all that timing with like random teammates and so on. It's mainly for ecos really, but if you look on FACEIT.com on YouTube, I made a smoke where you basically stand in this corner and then you aim just to the left of this line here, and basically you have a smoke come across here. It bounces on the edge of this little lip, then it bounces here, if I remember correctly, and then it bounces right here. And it gives you enough cover to plant the bomb here without being seen. You might be heard, but you won't be seen, at least. But the important thing is that your teammates... I mean, it's worth probably spending another smoke onto forklift here, and just have your teammates basically Operation Human Shield. If you, I mean, you can smoke this one if you want to, or do whatever variation you like, but basically they need to run distraction and cover this angle so you don't get shot from somebody in this position as you go for the plant there. So that's where you have a round where the worst case scenario is you get a bomb plant. Anything after that is a bonus. What's common though is that if you actually get that plant, the CTs are so... Oh, if you can manage to do that with, say, 4 players, for example, then you can have a lurker just standing like here or something who goes for a late mid rotate, and you can stop the bomb being planted from here. And if he or she can get here fast enough, then maybe while all the CTs are trying to hold this area, they can get a flank in. But anyway, enough rambling. We're back into the match. Fox returneth in what could be the last round of game 1. So, are we going to see that same default? Ooh. Then it's going for the early AWP peak that we mentioned previously, but rather, again, that default finally paying off. And imagine, they've done a default so many rounds. What if this is the round where the default wins them the game? That would be pretty cool if you're a CSGO nerd like myself. It appears that the T's are headed for an execute towards the A bomb site. We've got Maikelele on the site itself. The bomb. Oh, the bomb is just headed in towards the towards A main now, and there's an instant flag coming in from Scream. He's playing with the information. That's the bomb down. This could absolutely ruin everything for the T's. They've got to get the frags elsewhere. Scream's finding the frag onto the forklift area, but he will finally go down, leaving only Fox in a 3 versus 1. Has the AK rather than the AWP. That nade's not going to do what he wanted to. You can see DavCost is in a trade frag position, so his teammate could just wait for him. Little bit of a tag there, and indeed FlipSid are going to take the first game 21-19. What an epic battle between these two teams. That's going to be that for that round. We are going to go to a very short break indeed while we get the next map set up. So thank you for tuning in and stay with us. This is a best of 3, and again the winner will go through to the FACEIT League. Lots to play for.